out earlier today. Like, it's impossible not to have a good time when you're here.
Yeah, and I do believe the booze madness is just something that radiates through. And there's been a lot of people in Ireland that have been promoting American football. I know Pro Football Ireland, Mike McQuaid has done a lot. We've seen him. Coach Dara, who coaches the team that won the American Football Championship this year, will be joining us in a matter of moments. Nick Saban will be stopping by here in about 14 minutes before he makes his college game day debut. But AJ, to be honest, I think we're all kind of taken back about how beat up we're about to get in these pubs tonight. I think that's really the conversation.
Yeah, it feels like it's mutual. Like everyone that we run into as well is here for a good time. So maybe that feels like that's what Ireland is. Like people want to have a good time watching great sports.
Seamus is in the middle of a crowd about to find a bunch of people, and that is certainly something that's going to happen when we got booze and a bunch of Irish people. But this is it's been a hell of a celebration. Let's talk about some sports that happened last night. Preseason week 3 kicked off. Anthony Richardson and the Indianapolis Colts were the only starters to play last night, and it was up and down. It was up and down. Anthony Richardson ends up throwing a touchdown in the first series. That obviously makes us feel good. Some completions to Pierce, some action around the field. The Anthony Richardson-led Colts haven't had much success in the preseason thus far. They were able to walk down the field on the third stringers. I think at the beginning of the game, it was like 7 of 8 with a touchdown, yada, yada, yada. The story comes after this particular touchdown. Bang, good ball, Todd, we celebrate Cincy. Then he would go on to go 1-6 with a pick 6, moving forward. A lot of good, some bad, a lot of question marks. But this is what preseason football Cincy. Then he would go on to go 1-6 with a pick 6. Before he comes with this particular touchdown, bang, good ball, Todd, we celebrate Cincy. Then he would go on to go 1-6 with a pick 6, moving forward. A lot of good, some bad, a lot of question marks. But this is what preseason football is all about, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, so when you get out to a hot start like this, I wonder what happened. What did the Bengals do defensively to get him off this thing? But if you see what Anthony Richardson's great at, getting the ball out of his hands. 3-step, take a hit, boom, hit the guy in space. I'm going to make some plays. Seamus is up here delivering shots to everybody.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of question marks around the Colts. We got some shots coming up here.
At least it was some good, some bad, not all bad.
I believe my wife bought these shots, actually. Called in.
Oh, thank you,
Sam. These shots. Seamus poured them. I think it's going to be pretty difficult to get through any football conversation in this pub, but that's pretty much what we signed about. Hey, try it back.
Seamus and Patty, the bartender, are trying to screw us over.
There's Seamus. There's Seamus.
Hey, thanks for the backup.
There's Seamus. Sponsor. Slither, son of a bitch. Boys, everything we tried by. This is some of the best musicians in all of Ireland. They signed up to do this. I would like the record to state that I put Seamus to bed last night drinking on the plane.
Yeah, you did.
Seamus doesn't want to hear that. That isn't what Seamus wants to hear.
Fucking lie, fella. That's a lie.
Put Seamus to bed last night on the plane.
He did.
He couldn't handle the extra stuff. You know, there was one person left drinking whenever the plane was landing in Dublin, Ireland, and it wasn't the Irish lad. It wasn't the Iowa booze bag. It wasn't the meathead from Ohio, even though we were on about 200 milligrams because we were told we shouldn't let any edibles get to the entire thing.
Sure.
It was me drinking the extra stock. So last night, we had a great time, a great introduction, but I did put Seamus to bed last night.
Lie. You're slots. You're slots. It's not an imagination, guys. You know what I mean? Everyone's they're really sometimes.
Remember when Seamus, he didn't want to drink out of the Guinness glass either. He wanted straight from the bottle.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, big bottle guy.
The bottle of Guinness, he didn't like the cups. It's been
Or the can.
I can't stress this enough that flying to Ireland to do a show is stupid. The fact that this many people know that we exist, but also the fact that this many people want to celebrate American football, is a beautiful thing. You start thinking about like the global expansion of American football with the NFL has tried to do. they have games in London, games in Germany, now they're games in Brazil.
Right.
I think a big part of it is the kicking positions. For instance, Ireland has a kicker who's going to make the New Orleans Saints team, and Charlie Smith. He had a game winner 2 preseasons ago, hit a 65-yarder in practice the other day. Truby did not have his best year last year. He's going to be in the NFL. He's now going to have a representative in the NFL. That's huge for future generations of Irish lads getting into the sport. Germany has a lot of people. Scotland has the Scottish Hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like a lot of these kickball countries are making their way into the NFL and American football, and I think it's great for the sport as a whole.
Yeah, it's huge because of kicking. And then I was talking to some people around here too, and Dan Rooney, rest in peace, who was Steelers owner, was the ambassador to Ireland. And I know I've been told the Rooneys are potentially trying to get some football, get some games over here, which I think. Like, I don't understand why a game in Ireland hasn't happened yet. Obviously, England, Germany, Brazil, Mexico. Like, Ireland would be a perfect place for an NFL game.
All right, let's raise our glasses. Family, please. Can we please raise our glasses on this Feel Good Friday? We came to Ireland to have some fun. We're chugging beers. We're already drunk. It's become a dream. Everybody in here is a part of our team. Sunshine! None of that. None of that. None of that.
Gotta have tag. Good chuck, good chuck.
Got game day tomorrow. I'm excited to see if I make it.
That's a good flat cap you got on, too.
Yeah, so we try to dress like the biggest assholes we can possibly dress like.
Yep.
And you guys find these caps on the street.
Yep.
I'm very thankful. Ty, you look fantastic.
Thank you. And we found maybe the most beautiful Irish lass who sold us these hats. Gumpy, right away when she sees him, he's got something in the top, and she says, hey, take that out, you dipshite. What do you do? She's 82 years old, just giving it to Gumpy body. Kind of just a nice embodiment of Ireland as a whole. So I feel like we're right at home. I really do.
Let's talk about some things that happened around the NFL. Some news. The Brandon Ayuk trade has obviously been something we talked about for the last few weeks. As soon as we see the Commanders trade Dodson to the Philadelphia Eagles and get a third rounder in replace, and we heard that a third rounder is what the San Francisco 49ers thought, any sound mind would say, wait a second, are the Commanders back in conversation for Ayuk? Because college teammate Jaden Daniels. This entire vlog saga with Brandon Ayuk started with a FaceTime with Jaden Daniels about knowing where he's going to go. AJ, do you think this Ayuk situation's over? Do we think it's done? Did the Commanders make a play to try to get back in play for Brandon Ayuk?
No, I don't think it's done. I mean, he's still there. He hasn't been on the field for the 49ers, obviously. We're coming up to a deadline. Today is, Friday. We have, 2 weeks until the first regular season game, 2.5, whatever it might be. 13. He needs to be on the field. And I'm sure Ayuk wants to be on the field, too. I don't understand why it's taking so long.
It's a feeling of total freedom. Just like that, total fear. It can happen to me, it can happen to you. So let's learn the skills it takes to handle it. Sign up for a class today.
You said you do it through game day, Mark?
Yeah, it feels like this show is only going to be good if we hammer 100 beers.
Yeah, I agree. Find out. Get Patty back up here.
It inspired me.
Bartender Patty's a guy.
On Friday in public.
What are you going to do? Go for it.
And we're looking to be a part of it. There's obviously more sports stuff happening. For instance, Creed Humphreys has signed a 4-year deal, $72 million total, $50 million guaranteed. Congrats to him.
All right.
Anytime there's money spent on an offensive line, and obviously they have earned it, and we are grateful for it. But for the Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes being comfortable with the guys and he's put his hands under whenever he's under center. It's very, very important. Creed Humphrey has been great since he was a rookie. He's been fantastic for this Chiefs team. He's a champion. He's a winner. And in WWE, he actually was willing to fight for Patrick Mahomes. It's a big time deal. $50 million guaranteed for a center is big money. attachment.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a stud. But like you said, when he was willing to stand up to Braun Strowman at that WWE event, I think that's kind of, it locked everything in place. Mahomes wants him. He's one of the best centers in the NFL right now. So it's kind of crazy, though, how the Chiefs have been able to, we talk about it with these, Brady and Belichick talked about it. Those big-time quarterbacks not basically getting what they're worth. Them being able to pay all these other guys while Mahomes still understands, hey, whenever time comes, I should be paid as the best quarterback in the NFL, but his willingness to make sure his other guys get paid is remarkable.
This is Tom Brady effect, right? And Tom Brady have the same mindset in the entirety of it all.
How would you not think about though what Tom Brady did with the Patriots for so many years? He kind of set the tone on what quarterbacks can do. I think that trying to build the team around him, man, you can tell Nick Saban has walked in the room.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there's a palpable energy. Joining us now is the greatest college football coach of all time, the newest member of College Game Day. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Saban. Now, Coach, I agree with me and the track band are starting to work on some shit. We got our hand signals down. Coach Saban, I think these people would like to say thank you for everything you did for football. One more time, Coach Saban, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm quickly getting hammered drunk here, so let's make sure we have this conversation before I get too much of a runaway. Coach, you're joining College Game Day this year. We're incredibly lucky and thankful. You are the man. Coach, so whenever you when you come around here for your first College Game Day, I saw that you've gone to both. I like that. A bunch of drunk people have respect. That is not normal. I appreciate that. You've gone to both practices. Now you're viewing the season through a guy who's going to do TV. Is it much different than being a head coach? Is your mindset different? How do you feel going into week one?
Well, it's very different. It's great to have the opportunity to see games, to be a part of football, to prepare for games. But, this is the moment of truth for every college team. When you play your first game, you're always worried about how's the quarterback going to play, how's the defense going to play, what are our issues, what are our problems, what do we need to fix. I don't have to worry about that right now. I can analyze it, but I don't have to worry about it. But it is something that I respect for all the coaches and all the teams out there that are concerned about how's their team going to play in the first game and what do they have to do to improve throughout the season.
What do you think about that Georgia Tech-Florida State game right now? And I know we're going to hear a lot more out of you on game day tomorrow. I cannot wait to get started. It's an honor to work alongside you. But looking at this game, it's in Ireland. It's the first week. DJ Uyunglele is brand new to the team. Do you think there's going to be some tightness? How do you expect the game to kind of go over here?
Well, I really think Georgia Tech is one of the sleepers in the ACC. Last year they were in the top 3 in almost every offensive category. They just needed to improve their defense for this year because they have a lot of those players coming back. So I think they're going to be very, very competitive and have a great chance to be one of the teams that have a factor in the ACC as to who wins the conference. On the other hand, Florida State, to me, has one of the best 5 probably personnel-wise teams in the country, the way they've been able to reload through the portal, as well as having recruiting and good young players coming up in the program they've developed. So I think they're one of the best teams in the country. And looking at them on the field, they're a very physical, good-looking team.
Did you say program?
There is nothing like a Wendy's Frosty.
He's like, well, they.
It's only $1 right now. Wait, what? The one and only Frosty is $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
They're a very physical, good-looking team.
Did you say program? Or program?
Program.
No, it's program. Program. We call our show a program because you say program. Just want to let you know. Yeah. That's a little inside baseball. We call this show the program strictly because of the way you say the word program. That's either here or there. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, you lead Bama, and then one of the first things you say is, hey, there's no chance
Alabama wins the SEC title game. You said, Texas and Georgia are going to play in the championship. Did you do that on purpose? Like, hey, I'm going to feed Alabama a little motivation, saying that they're not going to be there, or what are your thoughts about the Alabama team?
Well, it's kind of reverse rat poison.
There you go.
I've always hated it, and I'm going to hate it on this show. I might as well say it right off the bat. This show or any show or game day, having to predict and make hypothetical decisions about who's going to win a game, who's going to win a championship, who's going to win what conference. So I've always hated that. So I picked Georgia and Texas because it's reverse rat poison for Alabama. It's a motivating factor for them. Because I hated to be picked first or second, because you don't know how that's going to impact your team psychologically. These kids are affected a lot by what they read, what they hear, what they see. So I didn't want to see anything too good.
Okay, Coach, let's talk about if you're one of these coaches, Norvell or Lee right now. What's your message to the team? A lot of potential distraction. I love the amount of booze. I mean, I can stumble anywhere and get some booze. Not that these guys are doing that. I'm doing that. Travel, different country. It is very different here than it is in America. Also, oldish shit. Very old. Oldish shit. Come on, it is. Been a long time. We got smaller screens. It is oldish shit. But if you were a coach for one of these teams, how would you eliminate the distractions, and what is the message you think here?
Well, I think that there's probably less distraction because this is a first game. So no one's really looking at this like it's a bowl game. I think everybody's looking at it with anticipation of the season. What kind of team do we have? How am I going to play individually? The individual players want to go out and play well and sort of create their legacy as a player in terms of who they are, what their identity is going to be, and the same thing for the team. So I think there's a lot less distractions being this the first game than it would be if this was the last game of the season or a bowl game, because everybody's got great hope for what they can accomplish this year, individually as well as collectively as a team.
Tight, though, right? Chance it can be tight week one, right? Don't you think? Some teams.
I'm sorry?
Tight. Can be tight.
I think there's always a little anxiety, especially in first games. I think once you start playing, getting the rhythm of things, you know what to expect, not as much. So I think there will be quite a bit of anxiety, which also cuts down on distractions because players are worried about how am I going to play, not what am I going to go do tonight.
AJ, this question for you.
Coach, obviously, first game, there's so many unknowns. You don't really know what either team is going to bring. How different are teams from week 1 to, say, week 10 or 12? Like, both teams, you would hope, obviously, you get better over the course of time. But, like, what do you learn about your team from week 1 all throughout the year where all of a sudden you're gelling?
I think the big thing is as coaches, you have a philosophy about, okay, what do we want to be? But sometimes that doesn't match up with the personnel that you have and who we ought to be. And I think that's what you find out. I think our team last year was a great example of that. We played really bad against Texas. We don't play very well against South Florida because we were trying to figure out who we needed to be as a team. And once we settled on Jalen Milroe and did the things that he could do, we became a pretty good team. So I think sometimes you got to find out about who you are. And you can't always do that in practice. So you got to go out there and play. And then you got to be willing to be flexible as a coach and make the changes you need to make so your team can aspire to be what they're capable of.
Tony, this question for you.
Yeah, Coach, Florida State had 10 guys drafted off last year's team, all new quarterback, backfield, wide receivers. You've had similar situations. Is this the worst case scenario for them going up against a conference opponent week 1 who has a lot of returning players? You talked about their offense, how good it is, versus some schools week 1 have an FCS school or a group of 5 team. Is this not the worst case scenario for Florida State, but they would prefer something different than on the road internationally against a Georgia Tech team?
Well, I think, first of all, when you play a good opponent the first game of the season, being a conference opponent in the ACC, in Florida State's case, it makes your off-season better, it makes your winter conditioning better, it makes your summer conditioning better, it makes fall camp better. So your team makes more progress because they're challenged by the first game. Or if you play an easy opponent, an FBS opponent or somebody like that, they can have a little bit more of a complacent approach, not pay attention to detail, not prepare the way you'd like for them to, and then probably not play as well. So now you're worried about how your team's going to progress. I always wanted to play a good team first, because I wanted to see where we were as a team, but I also knew the impact it would have leading up to the season in terms of how the players approach it.
Okay, let's talk about that. Scheduling tough opponents as opposed to easy opponents. You know, if you lose games early in the past, you're out. You're done. Now, you guys lost to Texas early, but were able to get back into it. And obviously, that was a massive conversation because you beat Georgia. 12-team playoff. Are coaches worried about that now when they're talking to their team? How do you think that affects how you kind of communicate with your squad?
Well, you know,
Because you can lose. You can lose, and you're good.
but really, as a coach, we never had any signs up that said win the SEC or any signs up to say win the national championship. We wanted everybody to be a champion, be everything that they could be the best player they could be the best version of themselves. So that's what you really want your team to focus on. But what the 12-team playoff does to me is give lots more teams hope. There's got to be 25 to 30 programs out there right now, 5 or 6 teams in each conference probably, that have a great chance to make the playoff in some form or fashion, even if they don't have a top. So I think that's a great thing. It's a great thing for fans. It's going to certainly create more interest nationally. If the NFL owners could have it the way they want it, they'd want everybody to be 8 games, 15 weeks of season, or every fan base involved with 17 weeks. Well, there's going to be more of that hope.
West Virginia's about to run the table. Your thoughts as a West Virginia man?
Look, I'm a Mountaineer. That's where I grew up.
Yeah, we
I have a tremendous amount of respect for the fact that you played there.
Hell yeah.
I coached there, and I love my state. But their program has not been able to sustain the kind of success that they've had in the past, and hopefully they'll get back to having that kind of success in the future, especially with your impact on name, image, and likeness.
The program, man.
Kids grow up fast, but with the money you earn from your PenFed checking and savings accounts, you can be there to support them through every stage of life. I got it.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
West Virginia's going to be just fine, thank you. And I'm excited to hear what you have to say about them all here on College Game Day. You have pretty good rhythm there, and I've seen you doing like the electric slide in people's living rooms. How pumped are you that you don't have to recruit anyone? Legitimately, how pumped are you don't have to recruit anyone?
You know, I love recruiting. I love recruiting because you create a lot of relationships with a lot of people that are lifelong relationships. And I loved it more when you can impact the players by the program that you had in terms of helping them be better people, helping them graduate, have a better chance to be more successful in life, and develop a career as a football player. So I love recruiting. I always did. I learned early on that I could not coach a bad player to play good. So the whole thing was about getting good players. Like, I'd love to have this guy.
Yeah, well, you didn't recruit me or him. So,
yeah, but we made a mistake.
Hey, not with me, with AJ for sure. Connor's got a question for you, Coach.
Coach, you mentioned something there about the conferences, and obviously one of the teams that has never been in a conference, Notre Dame. You know, is it much harder when you're not in a conference because they do have to be perfect throughout the whole year because they don't have that, you know, even ability to get a bye? Because at the best, they can be the 5 seed. Do you think it's inevitable that they'll join one of the conferences so that they have that option going forward?
You know, I really feel like Notre Dame there's good and bad in their circumstances. They can never be one of the top 4 teams because they can't be a conference champion. But they don't have to play a conference championship game either, so they have a built-in bye before the playoffs ever start. And because of their schedule, I think that they have a good chance to be one of the top 12 teams in the country, so I think they will get in the playoff. I think what they need to work toward is being 5 through 8 so they have a home game.
How do you feel about the home game playoff? I think that's the biggest gift for college football this year, because there's people that aren't college football fans that don't understand that the pageantry and the environment is what makes college football better than any other sport. It's almost like the hooligans of these countries like Ireland and everything, college football fans are like. So those home playoff games, is that the biggest advantage you think for spreading the game of college football to people that maybe don't watch? I think so. I think that's a big deal.
I think it's fantastic to have a playoff game at your place, at home. Now, it's also going to be a disadvantage for some of the teams in the South, having coached in the South for so many years. They have to go to Michigan, or Syracuse, or someplace like that.
No.
Game in the city. It's going to be difficult for the players.
Yeah.
But they need to get in the 5 through 8 so they have a game at home.
When you look at the teams this year, and you have so many ex-coaches, so Coach Keith from Georgia Tech is a former coach of yours. Your coaching tree is everywhere in college ball right now. Do you keep up with everybody? Do you have any teams that you think we should think about that maybe hasn't been talked about as much that's in the big scheme because maybe you know somebody, or is there any teams that we...
Really proud of the fact that we have coaches out there in many programs that have been really...
Why do you keep saying program?
Program.
You said there's a reason why we're saying that.
Coach, in college you have a program. No, you get a program.
Program. When you don't let him do this TV shit to you. Okay, so there's a program. You speak how you speak.
This is a program.
Yeah,
When you're in college and you're a coach, you have a program. It's more inclusive.
With all due respect, you're wrong, Coach. What do you know?
What do you disagree?
This guy doesn't know shit.
Go ahead, so, Coach, conference realignment, a lot of it is, I don't want to say smaller schools or smaller programs going to bigger conferences, but in the case of Texas and Oklahoma going from the Big 12, where a lot of people say the offensive line, the defensive line is not what it is in the SEC, do you think that is the biggest thing for Texas and Oklahoma going forward is the trenches going into the SEC?
Well, I'll say this about Texas. Texas was built like an SEC team. Sark built.
No way, baby.
It's a feeling of total freedom. Just like that, total fear. It happened to me. It happened to you. Well, let's learn the skills it takes to handle it. Sign up for a class today.
Memory fears, and how could you not? Especially when we have a bartender who's a UWB icon. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Floyd playing with us.
Happened all around the city. That the vibrations of this are touching people everywhere. That your impact in the city is bigger than just the 65,000 people that come to watch y'all every single week. There are people that are counting on this organization to continue to thrive because it's needed. It's needed. I've been coming here ever since my father brought me. We had PSLs in the upper 300 section. The first season we came here, I watched the Music City Miracles. They were right across the street out the cell window. Never forget it. I was cheering. Nobody knew why. I had the only cell that could see the jumbotron. Me and my cellmate, Josh Carter. We were talking about it then because I remember at the time he said, "You think you'll ever go to a football game?" I said, "I think they just offered me. I don't think I'll ever see it." God knows I did. But later, I got to walk in there with my daughter for the first time, just like my father walked in that same stadium. And I don't have a bunch of inspiring. I'm a football guy. I don't know how to scream at y'all, make y'all fired up, but I can tell you that your purpose is so much bigger than all that field. That is just the best of God is the platform. Every little thing you're doing, front row right here, Will and the OG for this team, all the way back to the new coaches, is affecting the city. And a lot of people overlook this town because so many people come to this town and get famous. And there's a lot of us that come to this town making sure that people can come to this town and get famous. A lot of this town was built off of actually real hard-working people like myself. And I love the people that turned around for me and worked out. The short end of my story was I did everything I could to throw it away. I tried as hard as I could. My life completely off. And out of prison, been shot, stabbed. I could tell you a story that'll make a tour petition proud. But I'd rather tell you a story about how I'm going to do a 56 arena tour starting on Friday. I know most of y'all don't know who I am, but I grew up here. I'm a tried and true Tiger fan. I'm one of the guys, and I believe in this organization. I believe in what Callahan's doing. I believe in the changes happening around this office. I'm standing behind Randy. I believe in the face of this company.
I'm also glad to see guys like Big Jeff Simmons and some of these other silver things. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I was a Titan fan. Every arena and every city, they give me a football jersey. I never wear them. I'm not doing. I'm a Titan guy, to try to true. And I love y'all, man. And I also want to encourage y'all to reach out to the city. That juvenile is right there next to y'all stadium. We run a program. D-Hop's been trying to come through forever. I would love to host it for y'all to come talk to the kids, express the love. It means a lot to the city personally. Those kids need it, man. The Tennessee Titans Stadium and the juvenile have been connected the entire time the Titans Stadium's been here. I want to be the first guy that actually brings it together with Coach Callahan's help if that's possible. I love y'all. I ain't gonna talk to y'all. I know y'all been out there in that sun all day. I love y'all. Thanks for listening, man. I'm coming to a game, and I hope one of y'all come to a show. So thank you.
I think that's a beautiful thing. You know, anytime Jelly Roll is able to spread his story and chit chat with people, they really feel it. You know, don't you think that is the case? Like the Tennessee Titans players can feel that from
Jelly Roll was the most authentic guy ever. Feels like he even said, I don't want to sit up here and scream and yell and give you all football cliches, but you're making a difference. It was cool. I mean, every time Jelly Roll speaks, I feel like that dude's a star, and he's only getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that's the perspective. Going to jail for 40 years and being like, hey, I'm never going to be able to see one of these games, and then in the end, you know, he's talking at a team meeting. It's pretty awesome.
I love Jelly Roll. Obviously, he's a good friend of mine. I've got a chance to smoke some weed with Jelly Roll.
Sure.
And obviously share some text messages. Seamus has been asking to talk because he's Nashville Tennessee Titan fan as well. So I assume he appreciates everything Jelly Roll said.
Absolutely, man. Jelly Roll, one of the astoundest people you ever meet in your life. World class fella. Well, I just want to do this right. So I've lived in America for 17 years, and I never really found an NFL team until the Titans. And you know, since I'm working for free, and I'm paying my due on the plane, I want to give a shout out to a lad who works with Titans, Nate Bain. I want to give a shout out to Nate Bain. He was the one who did the draft videos for Titans. Remember that you were putting over? Oh, Nate Bain.
Schedule video.
Schedule video. I apologize.
Yeah, Seamus
I'm not sure if it's you, Patty.
last night on the flight. You remember that? Nate Bain. The video. Nate Bain. The Tennessee Titans are the real deal. We know that. Diggs, he sounds.
Can you just raise your glasses to Nate Bain, please?
Hey, here's the Seamus and Nate Bain.
There you go. To Nate Bain, everybody.
How long have we been waiting for?
Drug his head. Okay.
I love our girl. How could you not?
Okay.
As far as inside out too. Why is it all on digital?
Buddy,
I was vomited a few minutes ago. Obviously, that's how TV's going to go. And I can't think Jelly Roll got the
love Jelly Roll. I mean, we were listening to his album the whole way over. I mean, Losers with Post Malone is one of the best songs I've ever heard.
Losers is the best song from the Post Malone album.
For sure. Like, without a doubt. Can you imagine, and granted, it might be
Hey,
now,
real quick.
video.
Real quick. NASCAR, there's dashing, there's there's things, I mean, it's an absolute
Bang.
banger.
I mean, that whole album top to bottom. We talked about it, but
God.
Are you guys chugging beers? I almost puked a little bit ago.
Yeah, I just chugged on it. I thought we were on that last coast.
Hey, here's to you, here's to me, here's to all of you. Living free.
Yeah.
Like, for those that are watching back in America, we got a 5-hour difference. So our show kicked off at literally happy hour starting on Friday night. And you know anything about the Irish people? They drink.
What are we supposed to do here? You know? What are we supposed to not come to Ireland and enjoy it?
I don't know how to say this, but like these dudes have been blacked out for 4 hours.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Just ripping Siggy.
Boys, this guy's calling me a diamond. This guy might be a part of Rockefeller. He might be a part of Rockefeller. I don't know. Hey, buddy, here's half your problem. All right, here's half your problem, buddy. Let's bring in the other half. That's what you got.
Thanks.
Like That guy's part of Rockefeller. We've been having a blast, and we should not be on TV right now. But what I do know is we need to get somebody from Dublin who knows football in the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of American football over here in Ireland, the coach of UCD. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Connor. Thank you. This is a trophy, all right, sweet. It's very heavy, got that player's juggle. That'll be your microphone right there. Okay, so your name's Coach Dara?
That's correct, Dara Farrell with UCD, that's it.
Okay, so UCD is what?
UCD is University College Dublin. We play in the AFI, which is the Premier League of the Irish American Football League.
Okay, so how much American football is happening here?
Quite a bit. I mean, it started in 1984 when American football was broadcast on Channel 4. And then it went and took a bit of lull. And they came back again when Sky Sports started putting it on in about 2001, 2002. And it's been on a steady increase since then. So it's really, really active.
How many teams are in the professional league?
So in our current league, there's 8 teams in the first division, about 10 teams in the second division, and there's about 50 teams in flag.
You guys won the first division.
So we won the national championship. Yeah, we won the
Top
national
dogs.
championship. Let's go you! Let's go you! Let's go you! UCD! 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 UCD!
Okay, so how did it start here in American football? How did it start here?
So it started in basically with a lot of Marines. They came over to play and they were working in the
Shout out to America.
Yeah, shout out to America, the U.S. Marines. They started integrating into some teams. They played in the American Embassy. So they played in the American Embassy and they sort of integrated in. They started to coach up some local guys, and that's kind of how it went from there. So it really started to grow from there, and it was great.
How do you think you guys, have you ever thought about what a game might look like if you played one of these big time programs from the U.S.?
We played
college at Georgia Tech.
No, that would not go well. No, that wouldn't go well. I mean, we got some guys that can play, but not at that level. You know, we played some Division 3 teams, and it went about as well as expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the bling on you there.
Yeah, we got the ring, the championship ring.
No big deal.
Get you one there. 2002. We got our other ones in order. They went out today, so it's all coming together.
Love that. You mentioned flag football.
Yeah.
Are you guys pumped for the 2028? Is that something you guys look forward to?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We got a couple of guys on our team that are hopefully going to make the squad, so it's exciting. I want to see those who's going to play on the NFL guys going to go. It might not end too well for everybody else.
Okay, so Coach, let me talk to you about Charlie Smith.
Yeah.
He's going to make the team for the New Orleans.
You think?
I think so, personally.
Yeah.
Kixie made Groupie wasn't great last year.
No.
Kixie's made Howdy for himself. He had a 65-yarder. Obviously, he's Ireland, how much is the buy-in to American football?
It's getting big. It's getting big. I mean, the likes of Charlie and shout out to Tyke Leader as well. He's doing great work there, getting these guys in, bringing them through. You know, and I mean, look, we can kick the hell out of balls. You know, we absolutely can.
As much as American players?
No, I think we're coming. I think
as much as American.
We hope so. We hope so. But as Connor said, we're not here to take part. We're here to take over. You know.
When did American football become a conversation here? Because kicking balls, like in Australia, it's Aussie rules football. In Ireland, it's either rugby or
Gaelic football
and
football. Yeah, so it's the same thing.
When did the dream of NFL football, we can potentially become that happen?
Yeah, I would say the last 5-10 years, you know, really and I think there was a guy in the 60s or 70s that played, but I mean, since then, there was nothing since then, and then it's like the Charlie Smith, Dan, the Packers, the kicker for the Packers, what's his name?
Daniel Whalen, right?
Yeah, Whalen. Dan Whelan's another guy. It's starting to come in, and I think with the way it's going, I just think you're going to see more Irish kids come in every year.
Last question for me before the boys. Ball-kicking countries could get into the NFL because of field goals, because of punting. You agree with that, obviously?
I think so, yeah.
Like Charlie Smith has a real chance.
He can kick, man. He's a good kid.
Who do you work with? He worked with Ty?
He worked with Tyke Leader.
Tyke Leader.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that
Tyke's doing great work. Drink the shit out of him. He's doing great work. Tyke sends his guys down to practice with us. We got a good program, we got a good facility. They can do that. So they come down, they get an offensive line, defensive line in front of them, they get a rush, so they can see what it actually looks like. They've no idea what it looks like. So with Tyke sends it down to us, they get a front, they get a special teams unit, they get to see what it looks like first, and then we kick it down and we show them from there.
But to be clear, that type of stuff.
The final now. Look, here we go. Here we go, TD, baby. 80-yard run.
Can't beat the Rebels. I know the Rebels.
Yeah, we got
The speed of my license.
I think so. I think especially kicking. I mean, you guys play from such a young age. It's hard to break in anywhere else. Kicking is part of our game. It's part of our life. What we do when we're, 3, 4 years old.
Like Charlie Smith has a chance to really open minds.
I think so.
The Irish folks potentially seen Charlie have success, and they're like, wait a minute, I can make
Oh, there's kids coming through already. Because of Charlie Smith.
So Australia has Pro Kick Australia, where 20, 30-year-old take 17-year-old American scholarship.
Oh, he's going to high school now, looking to get into high school programs because of what Charlie Smith.
Okay, and I think kicking football is the gateway for all the countries.
Yeah.
For American football.
100%.
How did you get into that?
I'm a rusty old boat hitch.
And I am very young. See ya.
You lost it.
American football.
100%.
How did you get into American football?
Madden, believe it or not. I started playing Madden on the PlayStation, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And then it was a local team, which I went to play for 5 years. Then I went to play in Germany for several years. Then I came back to play one more season.
Connor has a question for you.
So when it comes to like growing up, as far as the other positions, not including kicking, like how much? Stop looking at me like that, AJ. How much like elementary, middle school, high school kids are you talking to get them into the game? Is it
We're
more
working on it. I try to coach in my daughter's school, which is a national school.
Yeah.
It's tough because you got to compete with rugby, Gaelic football,
Soccer,
basketball, swimming. But we're trying to get in bit by bit, and the key to all of this is getting in with the younger.
Is it college as well? Has it leaked into college now or no?
Yeah, so we're in at the college level. You look, hey Pat, we go over here. We got a UCD room for you.
UCD.
Let's go, baby. But we get them at college level. We started coaching them up from 17, 18, and we started building them on. We got about 25 kids in the national program. We got about 10 kids in the under 20 program as well. So we're really developing. We're the hub for talent, for developing talent in Ireland.
Oh yeah.
In your experience, what position group is like the biggest divide between American football and what you guys have over here? Is it quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a defensive guy. We can tackle for days, we can run for days, we can do all that. But I mean, the IQ level needed at quarterback, and then I suppose wide receivers, wide skills as well. It's tough, and then cornerback. But I mean, quarterback is the one that you got to do that since you're a baby, and get it in.
I mean, is your quarterback any good or no?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You look great. Yeah, you look
awesome. You look good. You look good. I want to shout out, by the way, to my buddy, Coach Cody Gardner with Corner Canyon. He beat IMG last night. So
in football, they beat him in football, American football.
Yeah. Wow. And I shout out to my wife and my little girl, Lily and Aiden. They're watching at home right now. They're waiting for me to go on.
Just real quick,
hey baby, hey girl.
There's 4 American teams in this entire high school football thing happening here.
Yeah, that's today's gift. The gift. Yeah, we got a team from Texas. We got the IMG traveling team. We got a team from New Hampshire. We got a team from
baby. Hey, that's New Hampshire. But to be clear, we need to beat your guys' ass, right? Like the American team needs to beat your guys' ass.
Yeah, we will. But we're beating you guys at the drinking right now, so I'm okay.
I don't know about that.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know about that.
All these boys. UCD.
Hey, listen, I know you don't think this. I put Seamus in bed last night.
Yeah, no idea.
I put Seamus in bed last night.
I give you respect, dog. Seeing you put them away, I give you hand tips.
Well, my name's Patrick McAfee.
Yeah, you got a bit of Irish in there. Skin. You got a little bit of Irish.
Yeah, I get sunburn, I get spray tan, I get all thing.
Can't people play it, man? Don't let me do not right.
Big shout out to the Tribe back here. For those that are back in America, we just want to let you know, JR, Matt, you should stop by.
Yeah.
We're literally in the middle of such a loose bag situation. Everybody you're seeing right now is hammer trouble.
Without a doubt.
Everybody in that entire video, that guy right there, hammer trouble.
Yep.
The other person, hammer trouble.
News.
We are having an absolute blast here in Ireland. Hey, Coach, so American football has grown, obviously, in Europe. It's grown in Ireland.
Exponentially, yeah.
With this game coming, how much bigger does it make it all?
It's going to be huge. It really is. I mean, we picked up players, American players, local players, that were studying in the university that didn't even know there was American football here. So it's amazing when you guys come over, you know, we get the exposure like this, you know, we get followers on our Instagram, we get followers on our socials, and they reach, hey, we didn't even know football was here. You know, so this is amazing. So thank you guys for this, for giving this exposure to us in the league, because we're going to pick up players from this, you know, and it's amazing for the city, it's amazing for the country and the whole, that we got to come back and enjoy the weekend.
What are the rules for, like, do you have to be a student, you have to be attending the school, or how do you pick up players? Like,
yeah,
let's say Connor wants to play.
Yeah.
Hey,
Connor, you can run the ball. We got a position for you.
I got an experience.
We got to talk about your dress shirt. We got to talk about your shirt. But I mean, you know, we got to get you dressed out in something else.
It's yours. Come on, I'm trying to run the ball.
No, that's awesome. It's good. It's good.
No, talk about the big deal here.
It's getting a big deal. Because it's so much more advertised. We get kids coming up to watch practice that are 6, 7 years old. They say, hey, we watch football. We love Pat Mahomes. We love Kelsey. You know, we love all these superstar players. We love Lamar, a big Ravens fan, by the way. And they want to come out and watch football. You know, and this is all because of the exposure that it's getting, and it's just getting bigger. I can't wait to see where we're going to be in 10 years. I really can.
I was going to say, do you see a reality where in 10 years American football is bigger than like curling or Gaelic football?
I can see an NFL game happening here. The next country is going to happen in. I think it will. I really do.
Should.
You know, I really do.
The setup for the Georgia Tech Florida State game.
I mean, look, we can do it. We got facilities here. Stadiums are awesome. We got the facilities to do it. We could definitely hold that and get it going here.
Hey, this could be a good football town too.
Think so. It's only 6 hours from the East Coast.
6.5 hours.
It was easy. Yeah, it was easy.
We put Sheamus to bed. Obviously, that's what we do to Ireland.
Bitch.
We put them to bed.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
No, it's true. That's true.
You better believe it. Let's give it told. Hey, shout out to everyone here. Shout out to Rob for putting this on. Hey, it's all about the you, baby. It's all about the you. Shout out to everyone.
I don't know if you can use that one.
You're dumb. Yeah, great job by you, Coach.
I guess I'll check him.
You got to catch up, buddy.
You catch up. First job. Second one, right?
We call that a tactical puke. That's a tactical puke. Tactical puke.
I got you, man.
I got you.
It's great to be home.
It's great to be home. Great to have you.
Amen.
Let's make it an annual thing.
Annual is crazy. It's only 6.5 hours flight.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
Listen, I think we should come here for a month.
Hey, I agree. Maybe every week. Not about it.
Hey, listen, every month, let's go.
Here's the beach. Let's have a great weekend. It's not football that matters.
Let's go, baby. It's all about the you.
Get this out for sure.
Man, Guinness is not most like chugging beer, right?
Glad to say you are.
Went to Jay.
We appreciate you, Coach.
Thanks. I really appreciate having you on, Pat. Cheers, guys.
Congrats on the win. Thank you. You were the absolute man. Oh, yeah, coach. Cheers, coach.
DJ, just make sure. You got your gifts as well. You got your jerseys. You got your
What is this here? What is this here?
Shower bowl. It's the shower bowl. The championship bowl.
Keep that open.
All right.
You shut it. Don't ever hear that shit. Up, 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 up. Of all time, let's celebrate college football. Let's celebrate American football. And let's celebrate the fact that sports bring everybody together as opposed to everything that brings us apart. From Seamus, for all the people, from all of us. So much for allowing us to survive. And,
Yeah, fucking incredible. I still can't really believe this is happening. I'm just lucky to be here, man.
8, 9,
10.
The fact that anybody in Ireland knows that our show exists is so cool. And the fact that they're chanting your fucking name, what an amazing thing. We are so lucky to cover sports every day, brother.
Yeah, it's absurd. You never think that something like this would happen, especially when, think about where you guys started, where we all started. Like, you don't assume you're going to head overseas before, the biggest kickoff of the biggest season of college football, but it really is a dream. And just to be in Ireland, never been here, it's an unbelievable country. Dublin's an unbelievable city. It really is something that I'll look back on, forever. And, I'm just blessed to be up here with you guys. It's really cool. It's just truly something that I'll think about on my deathbed. So it's awesome to be here. And, yeah, fucking incredible. I still can't really believe this is happening. I'm just lucky to be here, man. Grateful.
To be clear, if you watch this show today, we thank you. If you are from Ireland and you know that our show exists, we thank you. Seamus, who's been behind the bar like single night. We appreciate you, Seamus.
Hell yeah, Seamus. He's gone. Yeah, he tapped out. He's over. They just said he's over.
So what happened last night, AK?
What was you put Seamus to bed last night?
And then what happened tonight, Seamus?
It appears like you may have tucked him in once again.
Hey, Seamus, it's going to be tough to talk forever for professional wrestlers and for people. We put you to bed. We are a group of humans who try to celebrate sport, try to celebrate football. We're incredibly lucky to have a relationship with the NFL where they let us have like footage. We're very lucky to be part of college games. It's about college football. We had no idea that there would be people on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. And with that being said, I'd like to let you know that the college football is kicking off for real tomorrow in Dublin. There's an open place on it.
Yep.
We know that football is about to take over our entire lives. We're lucky for it. We're about to get shit-faced in this city. College game days tomorrow. Georgia Tech will take on Florida State. Florida State heavily favored. They have bigger, stronger, faster dudes. But Georgia Tech has a crew that has been together for the entire season. Tomorrow's going to be awesome. This season's going to be the greatest. And the fact that anybody knows we exist in fucking Ireland, we are so incredibly thankful. So to all of you, we say, Sancho! For all the boys in the back, incredible work. Foxy,
Well done, gentlemen.
Nate, and everybody. For the people that showed up with JR, I'll let you know about this part. Hey, thank you for allowing us to do this for a living. We are so incredibly thankful for all of you. of all time. Let's celebrate college football. Let's celebrate American football. And let's celebrate the fact that sports bring everybody together as opposed to everything that brings us apart. From Seamus, for all the people, from all of us, so much for allowing us to survive. And traditional dancers, traditional band, for Robert Mahan, J.R. Mahan, and he was not by. Well, so much for love. We'll see you on Monday. I'm really upset because I missed Pat's speech. I was in there having a shite, so I missed the whole thing. I never want to leave, bro. I never want to leave. I never want to leave. And as much as it pains me to say, thank you, Patty, for bringing me back home, fella.
No. Go, kid. Kitty. Kitty. Stop. Where are you going? Little kid. Little kitty cat. She's a little kitty. Little kitty cat. Stop, kitty. Little kitty. You stay down. Little kitty cat. Little kitty, kitty. Hey, little kitty. Little kitty. Listen to me. Kitty, kitty. What are you doing? Stop. Kitty. Kitty. Come here. Know that door in. You just come in, bitch. Kitty. What is that? What are you doing? 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 Lay down. What the fuck is wrong with you, kitty? Kitty. You make it sound like you're fucking dying. Damn bitch. Why don't you just lay down? Kitty. Are you okay? Are you sick, son? You fucking going crazy? Yeah, kitty. Good. Just calm down, kid. Why you always gotta do something? Kitty, please sit still. That's my arm you falling. You don't even care. Just wanna hurt me. Yes, the skin. Little kitty. Katie. Hey, man. No. No, no, no. Little kitty, no. Little kitty, no. Little kitty. Kitty. Stay down here. Kitty. Stop. Oh, the fucking ass, man. This a cut a goddamn bitch. You just don't get to do whatever you want to do, kitty. Alright, no. God damn, man. Every time they got you say no to that bitch. Oh god. Kid. 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 Damn, man. Tough a lot, Kitty. No. Why you keep doing that? Yep. Yeah. Yeah. This is a bullshit challenge, and everybody needs to know that.